Welcome to Healthy Diet Tips and Better Eating to Ensure Better Aging. Now, there is strong evidence to support that the baby boomer generation will be the key driver in the coming population explosion and will comprise of a much larger share of the world's population. The first of the baby boomers reached 65 in 2011, and by 2030 the 65 and older will number a staggering 1 in 5. Now, most experts agree that the dietary needs of people in their 50s or 60s are different from those in their 70s and 80s. So for baby boomers or those approaching middle life, diet and nutrition is going to be a very important aspect of their life. Now, although many people enjoy a generally healthy midlife, age-related problems do increase with the advancing years and often have an increasing effect on healthy eating habits. Now, there is an amazing amount of evidence to show that an optimal level of nutrition can not only extend the lifespan but also improve the quality of life. Let's look at vegetarians for an example. Now, researchers have found out that vegetarians actually suffer less from heart disease, obesity and high blood pressure, and even some forms of cancer. Also, vegetarians tend to live longer than their non-vegetarian counterparts. But you're probably saying to yourself, I don't want to be a vegetarian, I don't want to go down that road. And that's fine. I'm not asking you to turn to a vegetarian. All I wanted to do was use that example of how a lifestyle change, like vegetarianism, can actually make a difference to one's life. Good eating habits in general throughout life is what's generally going to promote your physical and mental well-being. And as for those entering midlife, eating right can help to minimize the symptoms of age-related change that for some can cause discomfort and inconvenience. Now, in my experience, I've found that older people tend to consume less calories than younger people, and this is normally due to a natural decline in the rate of metabolism and a decrease in physical activity. So whilst the consumption of fewer calories might sound like a good thing, the flip side to that is when the total intake of food decreases, the intake of protein, carbohydrates, fat, vitamins and minerals also seems to decrease, and this is a problem, especially as we age. Now, there are many factors that can affect your nutritional needs, and these factors can include your access to food, the ability to shop and prepare food, the necessary dietary modifications for those of you that might suffer from things like high cholesterol, high blood pressure and diabetes, and the sudden onset of digestive problems. Now, speaking of which, one way to help digestive problems is to eat smaller, more frequent meals over the course of the day instead of eating 1 or 2 larger meals. This is a fantastic way to keep the metabolism ticking over nicely, and you also want to avoid fatty foods, alcohol and carbonated beverages. Now, some of you have also asked me about heartburn, and if that's a problem for you, one thing you might want to try is to avoid reclining immediately after meals. However, if you are bedridden for some reason, and you must do so, you want to try and keep your back elevated to at least 30 degrees so you're not lying flat on your back. With some exceptions, of course, vitamin and mineral supplements are rarely necessary if you eat a varied and plentiful diet. In fact, taking large doses of some vitamins and minerals can cause toxicity due to the fact that as you age, they can sometimes take longer to clear from the blood and tissues. So your best course of action is to get the nutrients you need from whole foods without the unnecessary use of supplements, unless of course otherwise directed by your physician. Now, people who are physically active can have an easier time controlling their weight while still taking in more calories than those who are sedentary. The great thing about this is that the ability to consume these extra calories usually means that you are able to obtain all the nutrients you need, assuming of course that they are the right calories. A sensible program of activity, like the triad of health I detailed in the M7 program, is a perfect way to achieve this. Now, another huge factor in the eating habits of middle age is of course depression. And understandably, this is very common for many reasons. Changes in living conditions and lifestyle, loss of a spouse, and certain medical conditions are just some of the things that can result in a loss of interest in food. Now, the best thing I can offer here is to advise you eat smaller, more frequent mini meals and possibly engage in some social activity. As an example, you can join restaurant outings with family or friends and enjoy a meal in their company. So in conclusion, I want you to understand that as we age, we are more likely to encounter stumbling blocks that require us to seek out special diets. People who have diabetes, high blood pressure and heart disease, for instance, may have special considerations in their meal planning, portion control and ingredient selection. Most conditions, however, benefit hugely from a diet that is high in fibre from whole grains, fruits and vegetables, and moderate in animal products. You want to ensure that you are limiting fat, salt and sugar. By doing this, you will be giving yourself the best possible chance for a long and healthy life.